Yeah, I mean, I try to stay out of it in terms of all the talks and everything like that. And when my agent said it was good to go, it's good to go. So I'm just glad, we get something done for next year and, just keep focusing on what we're doing right now.
It's been sort of, having to prove yourself along the way,
Yeah.
even though you've been in the building, maybe not always getting the opportunity. So getting the, information out that the team believed in you, did that change your opinion in any way? Or?
I mean, it's exciting. Obviously, anytime that stuff comes about, it's exciting just to even think about and, coming from undrafted and all that and how all that goes and everything like that. But just knowing that if I came in here and worked as hard as I could, that good things will come. And if they don't, I'll try to force my way in. And it's been a really good run so far.
With so many guys,
were you able to kind of take a moment and kind of reflect at all?
Yeah, for a quick second, obviously it's exciting and I'm grateful and I'm extremely happy to be locked in for one more. But it's the NFL and we got a really good team. We're going to play in New York, so it was right back to work.
what do you think what kind of effect does it have in the locker room when, guys see, Dallas and Josh Sweat and you and, there's Jordan. Guys know that if they do their job and perform at a high level, they're going to get taken care of. What effect does that have?
Yeah. From the beginning of the year, coach's message has been we have, everything we need right here. And I think, guys just believing in what they're doing, believing in their roles and doing things to the best of their ability, knowing that those things will, happen when they happen. And it's one of those things where you can't really worry about all that, all those external factors, because you can't control that. And just knowing that you got to come in here and do your job very well. Otherwise, it won't be for long. That's kind of how I think about it. So, yeah.
This is a young team that's.
Did you hear from anybody surprising?
In terms of like texting me and stuff, yeah. I had just high school coaches and the Wisconsin guys and all that, and obviously my teammates in here were just showing nothing but love. So it felt really cool, and I know a lot of guys were proud and things like that. So that's cool. But I just want to keep growing every single day and keep showing more and more what I can do.
This is a young team that's obviously evolving, but this is also a young coaching staff with a lot of guys in new positions. How has Nick improved as a coach and a teacher over the last few months during the season?
Rallis, are you talking about?
Yeah.
Rallis?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Again, we came in day one, and his biggest thing was transparency and communication and kind of seeing how we see things fit in the game plan, and but also the way he goes about the game. His football IQ is through the roof. So we come in and we learn something new every single day about the game and about why we're running certain schemes. So I just think the way that he's broken down things to us that in ways that we can understand has been really special. I think that's something that's been a really big help to our room. Yeah, no, he's doing well. I talked to him before he went in, and obviously it's tough. You hate to see it, especially for a guy who works so hard every single day on his body and on his mind, on his just understanding the game and things like that. But I have no doubt about DT that he'll be back stronger and better than ever when he's ready to come back.
What did you see from Alex, who he lost some playing time? What did you see from him as far as reacting to that and how he stayed prepared? And Sunday when he had to play, he played well.
Yeah, Alex, he's the ultimate pro. He's been everywhere from the CFL to a bunch of different teams, and he understands how things go, I'm sure, better than others. And he was a guy who was still a leader in our room, a guy that we rely on to keep things together. And when he was ready to go, he jumped right in and, again, was making plays just like he always does. So I know he's ready for any role that that the coaches give him.
You guys have blitzed a little more the last 4 games, and it's been a little more effective. Do you feel like it's been a little more creative, the calls there?
It's all off of looks. So we have stuff in every week. It's just actually getting to those looks and getting to the right down and distance, and again doing a good job on first and second down so that we can get to the things that we want to. And I think the past couple weeks just been doing a really good job of being better on first and second down so that we can get to those things. And like I said, I don't think we're doing anything more or less. I think we're just executing a lot better right now.
I know it's really early in the week, but with them obviously playing on Monday, were you able to watch that game, and what did you notice about their offense?
Yeah, they have a bunch of just dynamic playmakers around them. I think the the rookie is special. I think Daniel Jones, I've seen him for a couple years, and he's really good with his feet and with his arms. He's a really, really strong arm, a guy who makes plays out of the pocket. Obviously we've seen him with some really good QB runs in the past, and they play really well together. So, yeah, we've seen it a couple times, but, so
Sorry.
we ready for it? No, 100%.
Last one. Bring more.
What do you think? Probably the low point of the year was that long flight back from Vegas. What kept this group together at that point?
Yeah. I think our leadership and guys within each room have done such a good job of just coming in the next day, and it is what it is. If we didn't have a good game or not the best, we know that the only thing that's going to fix that is getting back on the tape, fixing what we did wrong, and going from there. So I think the leadership has just been on a whole nother level in terms of Rodney and Fletch and Jay Hurts and Dallas and all those guys. So I think it's guys like that who do such a good job of keeping us together.
What was you lost some playing time there? What was your reaction, and how did you kind of approach staying ready at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, for most of my career, I've had to have that, kind of do whatever you can and not really worry about, what's going on around. And when you get to play, do everything you can. And so that's, the mindset I took the entire time. I was going to do everything I, could for this team to win games, and then also to, just make myself better during that time and be able to, for if anything to happen, step up and be able to play.
Is that hard to do?
I think sometimes it can be hard to do, but, one, as a job, you got to make a choice every day when you wake up to whether you're going to go and perform at, whatever level, that you're supposed to, and, the role that you fit in. And, if not, you'll get fired from that job, no matter what you do. And obviously this job has a little more, I think, like, faster turnover rate. If you're not, if you want to sit back and complain for a day, I took a long time to get here and a long time to, learn how to be a pro and do all those things. And so to let, something I can't control that would, probably be the biggest detriment to my career, to do that to myself. And so, just to, stay up and, be ready to go. And, if a situation arose like it did last week, to, be able to step up and not skip a beat.
Was there anything specific you felt like you needed to do better from when you were playing more before coming back to the situation?
No, just, like I said, just continue to do the little things, better, and, just, be ready. Early in the season, we were all, moving positions a lot, week in and week out. And so I think, now it's kind of more, solid roles, within spots. And so it's, just been easier to fully just focus on one position, kind of be able to, make that your spot more than, having to know multiple roles during games.
You and TJ came in together at the same time. You've obviously grown close. What was your reaction when you heard the news that he got the extension?
Oh, I was super happy. I told him, he didn't, Sunday, obviously, we celebrated the win and stuff. I celebrated Monday for him because he didn't want to come out. So we, TJ's, that's my guy. Obviously we've been through a lot together, from, our first year here together. And so to just see, where he's at and, what he was able, to obviously get, it's huge. And, it's a testament to who he is.
Alex, when they decided to go with more Davion, they talked to you, did JG or Nick talk to you about that at all? And if so, what did they tell you needed to do to keep going?
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't, they just kind of told me, what the decision was going to be, which, it is what it, was going to be. And, like I just said, I had a choice to, you can lay down and just kind of, I don't know, I guess feel sorry for yourself and, hurt this team, hurt the organization, and then ultimately hurt yourself by, probably losing a job, pretty quickly if, you do that. And so, I decided, whatever I could do to make the team better. I think, I got to play more, special team snaps where, that's how it all started for me. So to be able to, be in that room, be the captain in that room and, not have been playing a ton of special team snaps, to kind of, be able to just show the guys, what I could do there and, just kind of, lead in that way, was fun. And, I enjoy doing that. I enjoy doing anything I can for this team. And, I love this game. So, I don't care if I get one snap or 100 snaps, they're all going to be the same. So, whatever I can do and is what I'm going to do.
You were still pretty much the third down guy, and which required a lot of blitzing, or at least not a lot of blitzing, but you were the blitz guy. it seems like the last several weeks you've been getting home more. Why is that been?
Yeah, I think, obviously we've been more aggressive just kind of overall, I would say. And so, I think our front four is, top of the league. No one can, beat them when we just rush just the four of them. So, to kind of be the guy that gets to, play off of them makes it, I would say, pretty easy to be that blitzing linebacker, when it's called on to have when those guys are running games for you and you just kind of get to fit off them and, fit. I found it, easier, and that's, testament to the coaches as well for, drawing up those schemes and putting us in the right spots to, be able to make those.
Why that A-gap blitz open up for you? What happened?
We got them to, we had ran a blitz earlier in the day where we sent Rodney from the, the boundary, and, when he showed down to that side again, we knew they were going to slide the protection that way, and so instead of me having to, read what the center was going to do, it was, easy just to, I knew it was going to open up right away, and the guard wasn't going to see that they slid the other way, and so I knew I was going to be free.
The new play caller for the Giants, how big of a wrinkle is that for you looking at what you guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're not, depending, obviously the head coach will kind of have a say, you would assume with kind of how much they want to fully change this week, but, a lot of our coaches, know Freddie, and, we've played against him, coaches have played against him. So we'll obviously look at stuff he's done, but also, the Giants, they're going to, be themselves, they're going to, Daniel Jones has ran pretty much kind of the same type of offense his entire career. So we're, pretty much banking that they're not going to change it too much this week.
Every game is huge. How much did you draw from those experiences that help you now? Those stages too big for you?
I mean, it helps a lot. I mean, as a competitor, these are the type of games you want to be in. Those games where it comes down to the last drive and things like that. As a competitor, those are just the type of games you live for. So, I mean, being at Alabama, it helped a lot just be able to, face some adversity and not be new to it.
Being from the South, how are you handling the cold? Are you ready for the cold that's to come?
Honestly, I don't mind the cold. I'd rather it be cold than hot.
Really? Why is
Yeah.
that?
Because when it's cold, you can adapt. You can put a jacket on or something like that. When it's hot, it's just hot. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And you've had tough times, starting off here. I mean, that had to be a little bit of a culture shock almost. 6 losses. Have you had 6 losses the entire time you're at Alabama?
I don't know exactly, but I mean, it always comes with the game. I mean, that's not my first time losing. I mean, I've been playing multiple sports all my life. So, I mean, losing is all about how you bounce back. So just how you answer to it, how you respond.
Given your interest in fashion, are you excited to add to a winter wardrobe that you haven't had before?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I feel like that's the time when you can do a little more, get outside the box.
You got some stuff ready to go?
Yeah, I got some stuff in the closet.
Hey, DeVonta, obviously you guys have been running a ton the last 4 games and everything, and there haven't been a lot of passes going around for everybody. I know you and Dallas is still getting your share, but as far as Jalen Reagor and Quez and JJ and stuff, how are they been kind of staying involved? Not getting as many targets as maybe earlier in the season.
Well, as an offense, I think everybody's happy with the direction that the offense is going in. I mean, as long as we're winning games, that's all that everyone cares about. And I mean, when your number is called, everybody is ready to make their play. So I mean, those guys, they're coming in every day, they're chipping away. It doesn't affect them. I mean, you don't see no signs of it affecting them. They're coming in, still working every day, doing the things they need to do. And I know most definitely when that number is called, they'll be ready for it.
I know you kind of mentioned the fact, in the past, for you, you also help out with blocking and everything like that. I mean, those guys really get into that aspect as well, blocking and helping out in the game whenever they can.
Most definitely. I feel like as a receiver, you feel like that's your time just to kind of get your shot back at a DB. I mean, every time they always get to hit you every play, but you don't necessarily get to really be physical with them. So with blocking, I feel like that's your time.
Did you get to catch any of those Giant fan reaction videos after the Eagles came up this last week?
Yeah, I seen a couple of them.
What stands out?
I mean, they're all funny. I mean, overall, I'm glad to be a Philadelphia Eagle. Glad to be here.
DeVonta, yesterday there was a story that came out on Bryce Young and how detailed he is when he watches film. I'm wondering, at what point of your career did you really kind of start picking up film, and what's your favorite part about watching film?
I mean, as a player, you have to do that because you can't just go out to the game blind, not knowing what your opponent is going to do. So you have to know what the guy across from you is going to do, what he likes to do, what he's comfortable with, what he's uncomfortable with. So, I mean, just going to Alabama, that's kind of where it started. That's kind of a big thing around there, watching film. You watch a ton of film around there, so you just kind of had to get into it.
DeVonta, this team has been through some struggles this year, early in the year. What kept everything together after some of those tough losses?
Just knowing that we could be better than what we were doing. I mean, everybody can sit up here and blame this person and that person, but I feel like everybody do a great job of taking accountability of the things that they do wrong. And I mean, everybody comes in every day, from the players to the coaches, and they just get 1% better every day. Everybody comes in, know what they have to do to get better, and everybody attacks it.
It's your first Thanksgiving here in Philadelphia. How you spending it?
I mean, same way I spend it at home. I mean, my mom not gonna be here, so I'm gonna have to do a little cooking myself. So, just cook some stuff.
What are you cooking? What's some of your specialties?
I mean, I'm just gonna do the norm, some ham, macaroni.
And real quick, what was your take on that? You heard? I don't know if you heard about. I think it's Matt Juden saying he didn't like the macaroni or anything. What's your take on that?
I mean, macaroni, it wouldn't be my first choice, but I mean, nothing's wrong with macaroni. I like macaroni, but I mean, I'm more of I gotta have sweet potatoes. Got to. Sweet potato pie, it's a must. I gotta have it.
It seemed like in that Lions game when you were mic'd up on the sideline that you were, agitating for the team to run the ball. Like you really wanted them to pound the rock. For a receiver, that seems like it might not always be the case. Why is it that you like that as a receiver?
I mean, whatever's working for the team. I mean, that's what we were doing, and it was working for us. So I mean, why go away from it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And it seems like, I mean, over the past 4 weeks, that's what you guys have done, and obviously it is working. Do you get bored on the outside, or you're just happy that it's working?
No, I mean, when it's been that successful, I mean, you enjoy just watching those guys get their chance to do what they do. And I mean, eventually it's gonna open up the pass game sooner or later. So I mean, every day just keep chipping away every day.
Going into draft night, how real was the possibility in your mind that you might end up, blue uniform as well?
I mean, I was just sitting there. I mean, whoever called, that's who was called. But I mean, when the Eagles traded up, I kind of knew that's where I was going to be.
What have you learned about the rivalry, just from here?
That is pretty big. I mean, the stuff that I seen on social media, them going back and forth, it means a lot to the people around here.
At the same time, like, do you follow how Kadarius Toney is doing with them? Because he's the guy they ended up with when they could have had you, I guess.
I mean, I follow all the receivers in my class. Just those guys, just seeing what I can learn from them, see what they're doing. Just wishing them all the best. I mean, you enjoy seeing those guys that you come out with in that class, that you played against, that you see play. Just seeing those guys develop, just seeing them get their chance. I mean, I'm overall excited for all of them.
Is there a challenge to stay mentally sharp and when you guys are running 50 times a game and the passes are few and far between during the game?
You can't get bored with the basic fundamentals. Never get bored with the fundamentals. So just keep that the main thing. Keep doing your fundamentals, and when your number is called, make your play.
Can you talk about some of the blocking schemes? You have blocking assignments to how these plays. Can you talk about that a little bit?
It's just reading down. You kind of have to know what Kelsey's calling a little bit. Kind of tell you who to block, if they're going to go out there or not, and things like that. But I mean, overall, it just comes down to the playbook. I mean, you have to know who to block.
So you either look at Kelsey, as he plays, you guys are lining up in the line of scrimmage, you see him, they give you a signal or something?
It's just that's like the leader of the offense. I mean, everything goes through him. Then it goes through Jalen. And I mean, if you don't know, Kelsey knows everything. He knows what the receiver's supposed to be doing. He knows some of the routes we're supposed to run. So if you don't know, ask Kelsey.
Was there a big deal made of his block and the team beating this week?
Yeah, I mean that's things that you see in a movie. You don't see people just going out there doing things like that.
You could stab